Tributes for two fallen members of law enforcement continuing to pour in. Jackson County Sheriff's Deputy Lena Marshall and Henry County Police Officer Perhom Desai died on Monday within hours of each other. Both were shot in the line of duty last week while responding to separate domestic violence calls. Palosoro is back and shows us how the grieving goes beyond these two communities. Some are even honoring these heroes states away.
With every step totaling up to 1 mile. 13-year-old Zechariah Cartledge has a fallen first responder in mind.
They were heroes.
Tuesday night, it was two of our own.
Tonight I'm running for fallen deputy Lena Nicole Marshall. Fallen officer Paramons Desai.
He's run over 1,040 miles since 2019 as part of his Florida-based nonprofit Running for Heroes.
Even though we can't bring their first responder back to the family, we can help them heal and let the family know that with the help of Running for Heroes, their memory of their first responder will forever be alive.
But he says it's rare for him to run for two law enforcement members who died on the same day in the same state.
It definitely is heartbreaking. It's definitely a rare occurrence. It's only happened a few times. Sometimes a sadly duo that sometimes lose their life on the same call.
I've been to more police officer funerals than I care to, ever want to see. And then here we are, we're about to go to another one.
The many funerals reflected in the various law enforcement officers Scott Holmes has been helping as a behavioral and mental health specialist.
They become numb to the cares of the world because they're so busy fighting and they just totally forget about themselves.
Holmes says the demand for mental health professionals among first responders has grown throughout the pandemic.
One thing about trauma, a lot of times people hold it in that when a colleague dies due to gunfire or whatever it may be, I see this, I'm giving up, I don't want to do this anymore.
And the pandemic has also kept Cartledge running, keeping legacies alive. A mile for Deputy Marshall and another for Officer Desai.
These two first responders would still be actively serving their community, still having kids to go home to.
And in the last 2 hours, funeral arrangements were announced for Henry County Officer Desai. Sunday, there will be a viewing from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Henry County Performing Arts Center in McDonough. The service will begin at 11. Desai leaves behind a wife and two sons who are ages 8 and 11. The funeral for Deputy Marshall is on Monday, November 15th at 2 p.m. at the Free Chapel Church in Braselton. She leaves behind 3 children.